Hello! So after 20 years, Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness has a sequel. And oh boy, but it's not a game. It's a book. And it's written by J.R. Milward. Now, J.R. Milward has an amazing reputation, the Tomb Raider community, and I'm currently looking at the information now. You can get this book for free on her website. She's voiced Lara Croft a few times in fan projects. She has written some amazing fan fiction, and the rather spectacular fanfic Angel of Darkness. And I hate the word fan fiction for this, because fan fiction brings up My Immortal and and other things. Honestly, she needs to be authorized by the people that own Tomb Raider. It's beyond fan fiction. It really is, and I'm not going to give too much away on anything because you need to read it for yourself. But you can also listen to the beautiful audiobook of Angel of Darkness on her YouTube channel. I'll link that down below. And oh my god, that's beautifully produced. Oh, that's just chills. Utterly chills. So my history with Tomb Raider, I'm going to get into that briefly, is that I grew up on those games. I got the first game on the Sega Saturn. I'm that old. And then I got it again on PlayStation. Then I bought 2 and 3. Last Revelation, which remains one of my personal favourite games ever. Chronicles, the game Angel of Darkness, and I've covered that in another video, which you can find on my channel. I'll probably put it in the comments somewhere. And then the Legends trilogy, which I adored. Don't like the Survivor trilogy, and I know that's a controversial thing to say, but I don't like them. They just don't feel like Tomb Raider to me, and it is a gameplay thing. They remind me of Uncharted, and I'm not a great lover of Uncharted. Again, controversial opinion, I don't like duck and cover shooters. So let's get into the book. So, writing style. J.R. Milward is amazing for writing this very human, very plausible characters. She writes characters that are believable. There's no Mary Sue tropes, there's no chosen one tropes that do come through in some people's writing, and it's definitely not. And I want to say, from this first book to the second book, her writing style has evolved so much that it feels like the first book is stunning, but this is like upper tier, like just upper tier in terms of construction and use of language. She is so good at conveying emotion as well. The emotions, the drama that Lara and the other characters go through is so strong, but it's never overplayed. It feels completely genuine and in that moment. Her world building, her details, her construction of the story is also spectacular. The way she can pull you in, the way that she can amp up the drama and those moments and those bits and pieces throughout, it's spectacular. And it's so refreshing. And I say this, and I mean this as a compliment. I would love to read fiction by her that isn't necessarily based on existing IP. I'd like to read something out of her mind, because her mind, honestly, if you read these books, her mind is a wonderfully terrifying place. I like writers like her. I like that voice. I like that moment where you get those dramas and those moments, and she delves into the macabre, and she can deliver the fan service without it feeling tacked on, which can happen. It's a thing. And I'm going to correct myself briefly. It's not so much an audiobook on her YouTube channel. It's an audio play, fully casted. She's not planning on doing a second one yet, but we'll see what happens. I know the third book is coming pretty soon. But also, she writes Lara as I remember Lara. That little bit of darkness, that bit of cynicism, that intelligence of Lara Croft, that often, I think, a lot of stuff misses that point with Lara. She's this hyper-intelligent character. She's not just a girl with guns. There's so many layers to her, especially classic Lara. And Angel of Darkness pulled her into a really dark situation, hence the title. This book brings that to the forefront. There's almost elements, little twists of gothic horror just tucked into this novel. Little twists of science fiction, little twists. It's genre bending, and I appreciate that. I don't know if she intended to write it that way, but it's fantastic. I went into it and I ended up devouring it in a weekend on my Kindle. I literally did. I devoured it. But yeah, you can get, and I'm going to put this one out there, if you go onto her website, you can get the first book, you can get the second book, the third book is coming at some point soon. Then there is other fictions on her website that is also fantastic, and please listen to the audiobook. Like I said, as a writer, she is phenomenal. And I would love to read something. And this, like I said before, this is not an insult. I want to read something by her that isn't based on the existing IP. Because she has such a voice and talent that genuinely to write something as subtle and as quite impactful in places. I'm trying not to give too much away because I want you to read it for yourself. I'd love to read that voice in something completely original. I would buy her book. Day one, I'd be there. Pre-order. But it's absolutely a phenomenal read, and just going through it and the twists, the turn, the adventures, it picks up on some of the more deleted content. I can't say too much because it will be spoilers. Deleted content from Angel of Darkness. It pulls you into that world and it expands the story beautifully. And a few familiar faces show up. That was nice. Definitely a few familiar faces. And she just captures the mood. I mean, Angel of Darkness definitely had its problems, but one thing it did have was a very good story and atmosphere. Those two things kind of weaved in together, and I'm so happy that this came out, and I don't know why I'm fiddling with that. I'm tired, by the way. I'm filming this about 5 a.m. Just her style of writing and the way she deals with it and the way she falls into it and the way that she brings Lara to life and brings these characters to life and brings this world to life. And after 20 years after that game, is it about 20 years? Is it a little bit less? Which I still own my original PlayStation 2 copy, by the way. Although you can get a modded version. If you want to play it, you can get you can get mods for it on PC very easily. And it does make it a better experience. But just phenomenal writing, phenomenal character development, the world building, all of this stuff. It just merges into this beautiful novel that I cannot wait for more. And if you ever watch this, J.R. Milward, know that I've been a fan of yours for a very long time. And I won't lie, the stuff that you've done has got me through some really weird times in my life, some really bad stuff. And just know that your work is very special to me and many, many other people. And I know you're probably cringing as I say that, but I just thought I would say that. As always, I will talk to you guys later. Tell me what you think in the comments below, and I hope you have a wonderful day.